sensation for travel. It's the new Motoramic Chevrolet. More than a new car, a new concept of low-cost motoring. A revolutionary new ride. Only the new Chevrolet has new Glide Ride front suspension that absorbs road shocks. And new anti-dive braking control for heads-up stops. New power with the new Chevrolet valve and head Turbo Fire V8 engine and two new Blue Flame 6s. New touchdown overdrive gives greater driving flexibility and far greater gas savings. And new show car styling lets you travel proudly in the new Motoramic Chevrolet. With perfect timing, Chevrolet introduces the new Motoramic Chevrolet. What's new? Everything. New show car styling, 3 new drives, new Synchro Mesh transmission, improved super smooth power glide, or new touchdown overdrive. A revolutionary new ride, a new high-level ventilation system for greater comfort, and new 4-fender visibility. And power, sensational performance and economy with the new Chevrolet. Turbo Fire V8 engines and 2 new Blue Flame 6s. It's the new Motoramic Chevrolet. More than a new car, a new concept of low-cost motoring. There's a new era in automobiles. It's the new Motoramic Chevrolet. What's new? Everything. 43 distinctively different interior styling choices. New fabrics, new colors, new treatments. And a whole new design in bodies by Fisher. This new design provides great new strength, rigidity, and roominess. New 4-fender visibility with the big new sweep sight windshield and total glass area increased more than 18%. A revolutionary new ride plus new power. The new Chevrolet Turbo Fire V8 engine and 2 new Blue Flame 6s. It's the new Motoramic Chevrolet. You can take it all with you, easier and prouder than ever in your new Motoramic Chevrolet. It's show car styling. Enjoy a revolutionary new ride with new Glide Ride front suspension, new Outrigger rear suspension, and new tubeless tires. Thrill to new power with Chevrolet's new valve and head Turbo Fire V8 engine and 2 new Blue Flame 6s. New smooth action ball race steering and new 4-fender visibility make it easier than ever to park. And there's new pivot pedal brakes and new anti-dive braking control. It's more than a new car, it's a new concept of low-cost motoring, the new Motoramic Chevrolet. What's new? Everything. The new Motoramic Chevrolet is new from the ground up. A completely new chassis brings a revolutionary new ride, almost unbelievable riding smoothness. There's new power with Chevrolet's new valve and head Turbo Fire V8 engine and 2 new Blue Flame 6s. New visibility in all directions with over 18% more total glass area, including a new sweep sight windshield. And new show car styling with a whole new design in bodies by Fisher, plus 43 distinctively different interiors. What's new? Everything. It's the Motoramic Chevrolet. Lo and behold, the new Motoramic Chevrolet introduces the big, long look to the low-price field. Each bright new model features show car styling all its own with a whole new design in bodies by Fisher. A big new sweep sight windshield curves back to vertical corner posts. All 4 fenders can be seen from the driver's seat. Enjoy a revolutionary new ride with wonderful new Glide Ride front suspension, just one of many major advances in a completely new chassis. Here's a sleek new concept of low-cost motoring with new ideas and young ideas. What's new? Everything. It's the Motoramic Chevrolet. yourself. Pick out the newest new car in America, the new Motoramic Chevrolet. Each bright new model features show car styling all its own, with a whole new design in bodies by Fisher. Hat room, hip room, and shoulder room are all increased. Here's a revolutionary new ride and new power with the new Chevrolet Turbo Fire V8 engine and 2 new Blue Flame 6s. Here's new 4-fender visibility with Chevrolet's big new sweep sight windshield. Underneath, there's a completely new chassis featuring wonderful new Glide Ride front suspension and new anti-dive braking control. To experience a whole new concept of low-cost motoring, drive the new Motoramic Chevrolet. Looking at the new Motoramic Chevrolet. More than a new car, a new concept of low-cost motoring. Here's looking at new power with the new Chevrolet Turbo Fire V8 engine and 2 new Blue Flame 6s. Here's looking at new driving ease, new Synchromesh transmission, improved super smooth power glide, or new touchdown overdrive. Here's looking at new show car styling, introducing the big long look to the low-priced feel. And here's looking at new and even more luxurious interiors, 43 distinctively different interiors. Yes, here's looking at the newest new car in America, the new Motoramic Chevrolet. Your first date with the new Motoramic Chevrolet will start you going steady. It's a whole new concept of low-cost motoring. What's new? Everything. New 4-fender visibility, new show car styling, and 3 new drives, including new Synchromesh transmission, improved super smooth power glide, or new touchdown overdrive. A completely new feeling of stability and safety on the road with wonderful new Glide Ride front suspension and new anti-dive braking control. And new power with the new Chevrolet Turbo Fire V8 engine and 2 new Blue Flame 6s. Drive the new Motoramic Chevrolet. More than a new car, a new concept of low-cost motoring. Say, be my guest, and say it proudly in your new Motoramic Chevrolet. It has so much that's inviting. New show car styling, a whole new design in bodies by Fisher, and a revolutionary new ride with new Glide Ride front suspension. New power with the new Chevrolet Turbo Fire V8 engine and 2 new Blue Flame 6s. 43 beautiful new interiors, 2-tone color harmonies keyed to exterior colors. New 4-fender visibility with the big new sweep sight windshield and total glass area increased over 18%. Say it proudly. What's new? Everything. It's the new Motoramic Chevrolet.
If you're like most people who are interested in the Corvair, you want to know what it can do in action, out on the road. You want proof that the Corvair can deliver the goods, give you more of what you're looking for in a compact car. And here it is, dramatic proof that the Corvair delivers the goods as no other compact car can. Years ago, in its early development stages, Chevrolet engineers began testing disguised Corvairs, began making the Corvair a road car. They made it a compact car with power, traction, and ruggedness. They put into the Corvair a suspension system to tackle the roughest road and level it off for its passengers. Chevrolet designers and engineers used all their know-how to make this 1960 Corvair the compact car that people could count on. But they didn't stop there. There was more testing, double-checking, retesting. Here at the challenging Lime Rock, Connecticut Raceway, the 1960 Corvair was really put through its paces, made to prove itself. And it did. It proved its stability, and then then some. Just watch how the Corvair stays under control in this situation. Now see how the Corvair proved its maneuverability and ease of handling. Watch the Corvair handle some rough going. Look at that fender line. See how level the Corvair's body stays. Now watch the Corvair prove that it's got the power, the traction, the stamina to go just about anywhere. Just look at this. Using this stream for its highway, the Corvair actually plowed along like this for over 20 miles. And not once did its reliable turbo air engine falter. Now watch this sample of how the Corvair can stop. Making it tougher for the Corvair brakes. That's slippery foam they're putting on the road, the same type used on runways to help disabled planes slide into safe belly landings. Watch the Corvair handle it. What more could they ask the Corvair to do? Well, just look. The Corvair proved its ruggedness in special crash tests. Not once, but over and over again. To see how it would stand up, they tried to make the Corvair roll over. It wouldn't. They locked the wheels, so it had to roll over. The Corvair took the punishment and asked for more. Yes, sir, the Corvair's as good as she looks. Corvair power, ruggedness, maneuverability, handling, traction, braking, all proved again and again. Not much doubt about it, is there, that this is the car that gives you more of what you're looking for in a compact car. Sure, the Corvair has more, and the Corvair is ready and able to prove it.
I dreamt last night the moon was so bright it melted the walls away, and And it wasn't alarming when I saw Prince Charming come into my bedroom and say,
let me persuade you to come to the place where tomorrow meets today.
ooh, thank you. It sounds very exciting. May I come just as I am?
Hey, girls don't go to Motoramas dressed in a pair of pink pajamas.
Maybe they don't, but I don't care. Haven't got a single thing to wear.
Quick, please, a gown.
Ooh, I'll be the talk of the town. Oh, my.
Go after it, fly.
I followed my heart through the night past 1,000 windows, yellow with light. Down, down it fell, and it landed in the Waldorf Astoria Hotel. I'm a girl who happens. They're all so beautiful, I really don't know. So let me go down, get the lowdown, and look at each one much closer. I want a Corvette.
I thought you would.
Ooh, I want a Pontiac too.
Okay, we'll have the usual two-car garage. How do you feel about this fine Oldsmobile?
It's easy to see myself taking the wheel.
This Buick's a beaut.
I'll try it. Ooh, what a dreamy ride.
Let's go all out and buy a Cadillac, too.
I can hardly wait for this dream to come true.
Hey, lady, your apron is showing.
Better get her into the kitchen quick.
Just like a man, you give him a break, and you end up in the kitchen baking a cake. Don't have to be chained to the stove all day. Just set the timer and you're on your way. Tick tock, I'm free to have fun around the clock. The kitchen of tomorrow is calling me. My cake is ready.
Time for the show. Everybody on stage. And now, a glamorous dancer in a special number, Dance of Tomorrow.
Everyone says the future is strange, but I have a feeling some things won't change. Now, the dream cars of tomorrow.
A magnificent Eldorado town car by Cadillac.
Ensemble by Christian Dior of Paris.
Buick presents the sleek Centurion.
Driving Coat by Montesano of New York.
Oldsmobile's elegant golden rocket.
Sports Outfit by Pat Primo of Los Angeles.
Pontiac's Club de Mer, open to the sky.
Costume by Emilio of Capri.
Chevrolet's Impala, graceful and swift.
Silk Casual by Digby Morton of London.
And last of all, designed for the electronic highway of the future, the fabulous turbine-powered Firebird 2.
It's you!
Firebird 2 to Control Tower. We are about to take off on the highway of tomorrow. Stand by.
Tomorrow, our dreams will come true. Strange shapes will rise out of the night, but
You are about to know the thrill of seeing that which has never been seen before. You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world. The world of 1960. For the first time in history, you'll see not one, not two, but three completely new kinds of Ford cars for 1960. A wonderful new world of Fords. First, representing the 1960 Fords, the finest Fords of a lifetime, the magnificent new Galaxy.
Live a wondrous new life in the Fords of a lifetime, the finest new Fords of a lifetime, in a beautiful, wonderful new world of Fords.
Beautiful from any point of view, worth more from every point of value. The 1960 Fords open up a whole wonderful new world of styling, elegance, and built for people comfort. And now, the world's most wanted car.
Thunderbird, the finest of fine cars, the last word in Wish It Were Mine cars, the dream car of the wonderful new world of Fords.
The 1960 Thunderbird. Finally, the car everyone's been waiting to see. The new size Ford, the Falcon.
The Falcon, the new size Ford Falcon, you'll find that the new size Ford Falcon's the easiest car in the wide world to own.
Here's full comfort for 6 adults in a car that'll give you up to 30 miles a gallon. A new size car with a new size price. It's the easiest car in the world to own. The Ford Falcon. You can see these cars at your Ford dealer showroom now. The Falcon, the Thunderbird, and the 1960 Fords.
There's a big, wide, wonderful world of new Fords, newly proportioned for you Fords. Oh, beautiful, wonderful, beautiful, wonderful, beautiful, wonderful new world of Fords.
Why is the entrance barred? What secret do they guard? What are they designing in there?
Magic, magic Motorama. Magic Motorama. Here, long before the show is staged, begins the magic of creation. And here the show first comes to life in the designer's imagination. Oh my, it's great to be alive.
Let's have some fun before the crowds arrive.
Let's pretend we're living the magic of the past.
Cool, man, cool, but we'll have to work fast. Turn back the clock and come with me to days of golden chivalry, when ladies fair love knights in shining armor. You'll be my strong and gallant knight, so tender when our hearts are light, so brave when you must fight an evil Your magic sword will save the day. You'll chase the dragon far away and turn my life of woe to joy and laughter. Then troubadours will sing your praise in chansonnettes and rondelets, and I'll be yours to love forever after.
Let's get out of here.
It's too late.
Ladies,
Gentlemen.
the magic of the past doesn't last.
What we want to see
Is the magic
of the present.
Modern Magic, the beautiful 1961 Chevrolet.
This car practically drives itself. Want to try it?
I'd love to.
How's that for magic?
Smooth, man, smooth.
The 1961 Pontiac. It's bewitchingly beautiful.
Look who wants a lift.
Behave yourself.
The new Oldsmobile. You will be enchanted by its comfort and power.
In this car, you feel like everything's coming up roses.
The Buick for 1961. Designed and engineered for the spell of the open road.
She walks in beauty like the night. She rides in Buicks like a bird in flight.
You're so right.
And now the last word in modern alchemy. The 1961 Cadillac.
I'm beginning to like this.
So am I. But we've got to get back. People may talk.
A touch of magic will fix that.
Oh.
Home, James.
This dream house you and I will share was planned for us by Frigidaire.
I really can't believe my eyes. In every room, a new surprise.
Aladdin's lamp has had its day.
This modern magic is here to stay.
Oh, let's have a housewarming. I'm tired.
Come on, dear. Our guests are arriving.
Oh, look. Here are the Smiths in a new Pontiac Tempest.
What a dream house.
What a dream automobile.
Hi, kids. Get a load of my Oldsmobile F-85.
Say, Freddie, that's the latest.
And the greatest.
It's Dr. and Mrs. Brown.
Good evening, newlyweds.
Where do I park my new Buick Special? Just bought it.
How smart.
Smartest thing he ever did.
Well, everybody is here now.
And for a wedding present, in your garage, a new Chevrolet Corvair.
Housewarming, lovely house and fine design. Housewarming.
Oh, the food is so divine.
No thanks, I'm on a diet. Can't eat a thing tonight.
If you insist, I'll try it. Just a bite.
'Cause it's a housewarming.
Friendly eyes begin to shine under the magic spell of each teeny weeny polka dot mantini.
Your old friends wish you well.
Your old friends wish you well. After the party is over and done with, what a mess the place is in. That's when the cleanup blues begin.
But the Frigidaire house has gadgets to use that will drive away your cleaning up blues. Just pick up the plates, the button is pressed.
And the dishwashing unit does all the rest.
The glassware, silverware clean themselves.
Washed and dried, they're back on the shelves.
Well done. You must be tired.
Not me. I'm ready for another party.
A touch of magic every day
is the charm that goes a long, long way.
It keeps our spirits young and gay.
And the magic is constantly new.
In a world full of magic with
Futuramic. It's a brand new word for dramatic design of the future. As architects will tell you, Futuramic design combines beauty with utility. In houses or in automobiles, Futuramic design means styling with a purpose. The new 1948 Oldsmobile is the first of the Futuramic cars. It's designed for utmost passenger comfort and maximum visibility, as well as for smartness and style. And with GM Hydromatic Drive, there's no gear shifting, no clutch pushing. Just step on the gas and go. The smart way, the Futuramic way, the Oldsmobile way. There he comes now in his merry Oldsmobile. It's a Futuramic Oldsmobile with the newest push-button features. Automatic windows, automatic top. Just pull a handy control, and before you've had time to admire the smooth-flowing Futuramic lines of this real post-war Oldsmobile, the top is down, automatically. Like to drive it? Just slip into that big, comfortable front seat, touch that button, and presto. The seat adjusts itself. Driving's almost automatic, too, with GM Hydromatic Drive. There's no clutch pedal, and gears shift automatically in this smart, new Futuramic Oldsmobile for 1948. Watch how easy it is to drive in a Hydromatic Oldsmobile. This special camera mounted on the back of the car will give you a bird's eye view. Keep your eye on the driver's right hand. See? Even as she slows down smoothly and stops for a traffic sign, she has both hands on the wheel. Even as she starts up again and pulls away from traffic, there's no gear shifting, no clutch pushing. All she does is steer the car and operate the accelerator. There's not even a clutch pedal there. The camera shows that Hydromatic Drive works almost like magic. Keeps you always in the right gear automatically. It's smart to own an Olds. A Futuramic Oldsmobile with GM Hydromatic Drive. In the truly modern home or the truly modern car, it's functional design that counts. Smart styling is styling with a purpose, as seen in this new 1948 Futuramic Oldsmobile. Futuramic is a brand new word created to describe this brand new post-war General Motors car. Luxuriously appointed inside and out, the Futuramic Oldsmobile brings truly modern, post-war design to the automotive field. There's utility as well as beauty in every smart detail. There's the safety of greater visibility. There's automatic shifting too, and no clutch pushing, thanks to GM Hydromatic Drive. The smart way to go is the automatic way in a Futuramic Oldsmobile.
Okay, Dinah?
Okay.
Take it, Vic.
It's a most unusual day. Feel like throwing my worries away. As an old native-born Californian would say, it's a most unusual day. There's a most unusual sky, not a sign of a cloud passing by. And if I want to sing, throw my heart in the ring. It's a most unusual day. There are people greeting people. There is sunshine everywhere. There are people greeting people, and a feeling of spring in the air. It's a most unusual time. I keep feeling my temperature climb. If my heart won't behave in the usual way, well, there's only one thing to say. It's a most unusual day. There's a most unusual sky. Not a sign of a cloud passing by. And if I want to sing, throw my heart in the ring. It's a most unusual day. There are people greeting people. There is sunshine everywhere. There are people greeting people, and a feeling of spring in the air. It's a most unusual time. I keep feeling my temperature climb. If my heart won't behave in the usual way, well, there's only one thing to say. It's a most unusual, most unusual, most unusual day.
Cut. Print it, and let's move on to the next set.
Hi there. What a wonderful time for you to drop by. You know, they're just setting up to shoot a scene of our new star, and I'd love to introduce you before they begin. Honestly, we're all just bursting with excitement about this brilliant new performer. We think this one will not only win every award, hands down, but it's just going to win the hearts of people all over the country. Come on now. I want you to meet a great new star. The new 1953 Chevrolet. Isn't that a sight to take your breath away? Wouldn't that new beauty steal any show? I declare it looks a mile long. And see how low it is. And that beautiful, beautiful grille. Every detail is so perfectly designed, I just keep looking and looking at it. And I'll tell you something. You can look at it from every possible angle, and you'll still come up with the same answer. It's the best-looking car in the whole world. There I go, getting carried away again. I could just talk about it all day.
Okay, take your positions, kids. Let's get set to rolling.
I tell you what, I have to make a costume change, so why don't you just stay here and watch them shoot the scene while I get ready for my next one, okay? I'll see you later.
Let's make it. Action.
And as you can see, it's completely new. New from bumper to bumper and so beautiful. The new full-width grille, bumper, and front-end treatment stresses the low, road-hugging look with new crispness and new big-car appearance. And from the side, the airfoil-shaped fender lines and wide double molding are all new to accent the length and grace of the beautiful Bel Air Fisher body. The car really is lower, yet there's more room inside. The windows have been redesigned for the maximum usable visibility without sacrifice of strength. The bright, extra-wide window trim adds to the airy feeling of the new one-piece curved windshield and the big wrap-around rear window, both pioneered by General Motors. The trunk, you'll notice, has been newly designed to give you more space, a larger opening, and level, easier loading. Won't you?
Well, thank you. That's an invitation I can't resist. But, Jimmy, you told me that...
I know, Judy. Just wait.
And don't you feel luxurious in that roomy interior? I just can't begin to tell you all the values that will be yours in Chevrolet for 1953. This body by Fisher is all new, from frame to hardware. Notice the lustrous sheen of the upholstery. Every detail has been redesigned to give you true luxury styling with more comfort and pleasure.
Seems to have just everything you could ever ask for. But, dear, what did you mean?
You'll find out.
The instrument panel has been redesigned so that all of the instruments and controls are together within easy reach and easy view for the driver. And it's more beautiful than ever. The steering wheel sits lower out of the line of vision, more comfortable for short trips or long trips. Notice the steering wheel grip. That's new too, to fit your hands more comfortably. Even the smallest details had the designer's attention. For instance, the brake pedal is reshaped to fit your foot more comfortably. And on what other car would you find a combination of all these things with such luxury features as this year's front Ventapane control crank, ordinarily found in only the highest priced cars?
It just seems they've thought of everything, haven't they?
Sure have.
But, Jimmy, I just don't understand.
You will, dear. You will.
Okay, cut. Hold your positions.
There now, it didn't take me too long, did it? Are you having fun?
All right, let's print that one and get set on the process shot.
Oh, you'll enjoy seeing how they do this.
All right, places, please, and let's have a test on the scenic background.
Process photography is tops in Hollywood's bag of tricks. You see, the cameras are set up so that they photograph the car and the actors and the screen behind them. Now watch. To the cameras, the picture on the screen looks like a real background for the action.
Let's make this a take. Camera, action.
I'm sure you know Chevrolet's reputation through the years for outstanding performance and economy. But you'll be amazed when you see how much more performance and how much new economy has been built into this new car. That story starts with Chevrolet's great new high-compression Blue Flame engine. And it is all new. Of course, the superiority of the valve and head design has been kept. But here is a power plant for your car with the highest compression ratio in Chevrolet history. Made possible by a completely new engine. Here's a completely new power plant to give you a new feeling of power and fast acceleration. Can you imagine getting 115 horsepower and at the same time getting much more economy? And you'll find Chevrolet's leadership with PowerGlide, which has been owner-proved over billions of driving miles, has been retained in a great new PowerGlide with tremendous new performance and economy. Just imagine yourself with a new 1953 Chevrolet. You turn the key in Chevrolet's new Key Start ignition switch. The choke is automatic. When you shift into drive position, this new PowerGlide starts in automatic low. This is a feature to give you more starting acceleration and to make the job of driving even more fully automatic. When you want to pass, you step down on the gas and PowerGlide automatically goes smoothly into gear to put all that 115 horsepower engine to work, to whirl you by in a burst of speed. At highway speeds, PowerGlide instantly provides exactly the right amount of fluid power for all driving conditions. Chevrolet has learned how to harness the Blue Flame engine power for unbelievable acceleration and at the same time give you incredible economy even in city driving. You'll find a new brake feel on this new car, smoother, easier operation with pedal effort reduced to a feather touch. Now you can see why I say that it's completely new.
Jimmy Jones, I'm not going to wait a moment longer. You know very well we've already made up our minds the 1953 Chevrolet.
Yes, Judy, but Mr. Smith and I thought it would be nice for you to find out for yourself all the wonderful things we're getting for our money.
Cut. Good take, and thank you. Now let's see those plates.
Wasn't that wonderful? And what a wonderful choice Chevrolet is. The choice of more people than any other car. And it offers a choice of 3 series, the glamorous new Bel Air series, the luxurious 210 series, and the beautiful 150 series. Then, of course, you have the choice of the very finest automatic driving or the finest standard driving. No wonder Chevrolet is first choice all over America.
That's good. Dinah, you're on.
Oh, okay. Now, aren't you just as excited about our great new star as I am? See the USA in your Chevrolet. America is asking you to call. Drive your Chevrolet through the USA. America's the greatest land of all. On a highway or a road along a levee. Performance is sweeter, nothing can beat her. Life is completer in a Chevy. So make a date today to see the USA. See it in your Chevrolet.
Traveling east, traveling west, wherever you go, Chevy service is best. Southward or north, near place or far, there's a Chevrolet dealer for your Chevrolet car.
See the USA in your Chevrolet. The Rockies way out west are calling you. Drive your Chevrolet through the USA, where fields of golden wheat pass and review. Whether traveling light or with a load that's heavy, performance is sweeter, nothing can beat her. Life is completer in a Chevy. So make a date today to see the USA.
see it in your Chevrolet.
Did you ever realize how many motions it takes to drive a car with a conventional transmission? Watch closely. She's ready to start on her drive. With one hand, she steers. The other manipulates the gear shifter. One foot operates the clutch, the other feeds the gas, and there you are. After 19 distinct manual operations, she's finally underway. Not so with Oldsmobile's Hydromatic Drive. There's no clutch pedal to push, and the usual gear shifter is replaced by this simple direction selector. Just set the selector at drive, then step on the accelerator, and you're off. All shifting is automatic. Oldsmobile's Hydromatic is simplicity itself. To motorists who expected little change in 1942 cars, Oldsmobile's B44 comes as a bombshell. Oldsmobile's B44 is not only better looking, it's better built and better lasting. Here's beauty with a double duty. Double duty bumpers that give double protection and are doubly good looking. And here's another eye stopper. Fuselage fenders that streamline back to become a part of the doors. No wonder people are flocking to see the Oldsmobile B44. They know there's a B44 for every buyer. The 8-cylinder 90 at medium price, the 76 or 8 at popular price, or the big husky 66 or 8 that sells in the low price field. Big, broad-shouldered, commanding, in the true military manner. That's the Oldsmobile B44 Series 90, known as the Custom Cruiser. It's been called the finest 8 in the field of medium price, and it has the look that spells long-lasting quality. Here's true stamina styling, styling that will last along with the car, styling that takes its beauty from true sturdiness of design. And for those who like the super streamlined touch, here's the handsome, graceful Custom Cruiser Club Sedan. Performance? Try where you will to match it. For the B44 Custom Cruiser has an engine of greater firepower. It's designed throughout to help keep a busy America on the move. Dynamic is the word for it. The Oldsmobile B44 Series 70, offered either as a 100 horsepower 6 or a 110 horsepower 8. It's big, it's husky, it's modernly streamlined, and it's quality through and through. Did you ever see a car with smoother lines? Even when standing still, it looks as if it were going places. And did you ever see a more comfortable interior? Plenty of room here for 3 to ride at ease. Is it price you're asking about? Far less than you might think. The Oldsmobile B44 Dynamic Cruiser sells in the field of popular price. And it's a car that will be popular with you for many years to come. It's a special car for special times. The Oldsmobile 60 B44. It's handsomer, heavier, huskier. New in style, but olds in quality. It's a car that has what it takes to take it and looks the part in every sturdy inch. Look at those lines. There's true streamlining for you. Beautiful and impressive from every angle of vision. And here's modern design carried still further in the streamlined Oldsmobile 60 Club Sedan. The cost? Less than you might expect. The Oldsmobile B44 60, 6 or 8 is still priced just above the lowest. And it's built to be durable, dependable, and economical to run.
A thrill a minute, neck twisters, spine shakers. Rides like this are a lot of fun, once in a while, and for some people. But few of us would like to do very much traveling over the waves of a roller coaster. These are only a few of the devices that man has invented to give himself a thrill and a pain in the neck. Sudden ups and downs are all right in an amusement device, but automobiles haven't much use for them. The automobile engineers know that in our motor cars, we want comfort and a smooth, level ride. Even when we want to travel on the level, the ups and downs, the waves in the Earth's surface, complicate the problem of getting a smooth, comfortable ride. The bumps and dips in the Earth's surface over which we travel have been reduced. Great progress has been made in leveling and smoothing out roads and highways. But automotive engineers have long known that all roads can never be made perfectly smooth. Even the smooth, paved roads have long, gradual waves, or small, sharp bumps that have different effects at different speeds. The wheels of our motor cars follow these waves, moving up and down with each change in the surface of the road. So, to give us the smooth, level ride we want, engineers knew that the smoothing and leveling would have to be done by the motor car itself. Between the moving wheels and the passengers, some sort of a bump leveling device is needed. Let's see for ourselves the method by which the engineers have approached and solved this problem. Here is a wheel, fastened so that it is free to move up and down. The wheel rolls on a moving belt, rising and falling whenever it strikes a bump. A platform, fastened solidly to the wheel, carries a tracing pen, and when the wheel moves up and down, the tracing pen draws a line which shows the movement of the platform. To get a true picture of the up and down movements, the tracing paper moves at the same speed as the moving ground belt. We'll start the model running. Now, the traced line gives us an exact picture of the up and down movements of the wheel and platform. Let's see what happens when we use more speed. At high speeds, the effect of a bump is considerably greater. In slow motion photography, we can see that the wheel climbs the bump and bounces into the air. Of course, this jolting is passed on to the platform. We can mount a fairly stiff spring underneath the platform to see how it will affect the jolting. Now, let's watch it in slow motion photography. The traced line shows that we have cut down the jolting because the spring absorbs some of the effect of the bump. Let's substitute a soft spring for the stiff spring that we have been using. A softer spring gives a smoother line because a soft spring is able to spread out the effect of the bump and act as a better cushion against the jolt of the wheel. But when there are 4 wheels mounted in 2 sets, front and rear, as in the motor car, the problem is complicated. Until recently, the front springs of the automobile had to be stiff to keep the axle and front wheels in line. If one set of springs is stiffer than the other set, the stiff set will bounce harder and faster. We can see that this unequal springing, stiff springs in front and soft springs in rear, causes pitching when the wheels strike a bump. The traced line shows this clearly. The only way to eliminate this unequal springing and make the front springs soft is to give them only one job to perform, the job of absorbing bumps. Suppose we replace the bouncing axle with a rigid, immovable beam. Now the wheels can be fastened to the beam by 2 parallel swinging arms. The wheel is pivoted so that even when the arms are tilted by a jolt or bump, the wheel remains vertical and in perfect alignment. And so now, in place of a stiff spring, we can use a soft spiral spring to absorb the jolts and level out the bumps. Since the rigid beam and the swinging arms keep the front wheels in line, there is only one job left for our springs to do. With both front and rear springs equally soft, the platform is held in balance. But now that the front and rear springs are soft, we have another problem. Springs that are soft enough to level out the bumps will compress too rapidly under a heavy shock. And springs that are soft enough to absorb small shocks have a tendency to continue bouncing after they have been compressed or stretched. So to help the springs absorb heavy shocks, we can slow down their action by means of shock absorbers. The shock absorber acts like a brake in delaying the movement of the spring, and it prevents bouncing when the spring is compressed and then released. We can make the severest kind of test to see whether we have a method that will really iron out the ups and downs. We'll use a lot more bumps of different sizes, and we'll run them under our wheels at full speed. Now watch the traced line. The traced line seems to be pretty smooth. Let's watch through the slow motion camera and see just what's happening. No more pitching, and the soft springs with their shock absorbers spread out the effect of any bumps that they can't completely absorb. Of course, in actual practice, where strength and safety are of maximum importance, engineers have made use of these same bump-absorbing, road-leveling principles with a much stronger and more durable construction. The front wheel is pivoted so that it can be steered in any direction and is mounted on a strong, upright arm. The upright arm is fastened to the rigid, immovable crossbeam by means of two parallel swinging arms. The swinging arms and the rigid crossbeam do all the work of keeping the wheels in perfect alignment. So the genuine soft knee action spring has only one job to do: cushion the bumps. A double action shock absorber controls both the compressing and stretching of the spring as it absorbs heavy jolts. This combination of soft cushioning springs, together with positive double action control on the front wheels, is balanced at the rear wheels by equally soft springs with the same type of double action shock absorbers for control. With soft, balanced springing, held under positive double control, the smoothing and leveling of roads is done by the motor car itself. The pitching and the ups and downs are eliminated. Here is a real test on a full-size scale. That pipe sticking up from the top of the car is a giant tracing pen. The sky itself will be our moving strip of tracing paper. And this tank of skywriting smoke will take the place of ink. The car rides smoothly over the waves, while the wheels do all of the pounding. Watch the traced line. And so, the pain in the neck has been taken out of ordinary driving, giving a truly level ride over any bumps on city streets or on country roads.
The 1937 Plymouth, ladies and gentlemen, and there it is, sailing along to new records for appearance, economy, safety, and performance. Sailing along the highways of the nation, the greatest value in all Plymouth history. And what a history of value giving, of sensational success, year after year, Plymouth has had. Plymouth is the only car that built 1 million units in the first 6 years of its existence. Then, in a little more than 2 years, the second million mark was achieved. Look at the record of Plymouth triumph during the Depression and since. There is only one way to attain this skyrocketing popularity, and that's by building extraordinary value. Proof of that value is seen in the scarcity of Plymouths in the used car markets. Why, used car specialists will actually pay more for Plymouths than for the other two low-priced cars. Plymouth popularity stands securely on its history of building longer life, greater safety, and more style and luxury into its cars year after year. And this year's automobile is a creation of such beauty that Plymouth stands out in any company. Look at it from any angle, and it's impressive. See how the lines of the massive fenders are joined with the swelling curves of the smoothly rounded radiator shell. Body lines flow along the sleek hood with its modernistic louvers over the solid one-piece steel top, and then down the handsome built-in trunk. The rear end is harmoniously balanced with those twin tail lights and a centered license bracket with a light below it. Plenty of room there, and it's all usable room, too, for the gasoline filler pipe has been removed from the trunk. It's bigger than the ordinary low-priced car in every way. Inches wider from door to door this year, which means a wider windshield for safety. 3 persons sit comfortably in the front seat with ample shoulder room. The rear seat is more than 4 feet wide. No crowding in this commodious car. Of course, the new Plymouth still has chair height seats that permit a normal sitting position. More leg room than ever before because the expensive new hypoid rear axle makes possible a low floor without any hump to accommodate the propeller shaft. 2 big rear windows this year and a convenient reading lamp between them, one of many thoughtful details of design. It's a great big package of value, this 1937 Plymouth. And beneath the beauty is steel for safety. Plymouth has had a steel body for 7 years. Steel pillars, steel panels, and steel floor, sturdily braced and reinforced throughout with still more steel. Then to crown this masterpiece of body construction, there is a solid steel top, formed from one piece of steel and then electrically welded to sides to form one solid, rigid unit. The bodybuilders were thinking of your comfort, too, so they provided a wide, deep drip molding that carries off the rain. For your protection, the new Plymouth introduces safety styling. Door handles have been redesigned, curving inward, so they won't catch your clothing. The instrument panel combines luxury with safety styling. All knobs and controls of the new Plymouth are recessed, including the ignition key. Nothing protrudes. See how cleverly the windshield control has been folded away. Now, this seat back is padded to soften the bump in case of a quick stop. Note, too, that safety styling makes this armrest of soft sponge rubber. Plymouth gives you complete ventilation. Not only does the windshield open, but also there is a screened ventilator in the cowl. Ventilating wings are operated with a simple lever, and when the rear half of Plymouth's ventilating window is lowered, there is no metal bar to obstruct the view or to get in the way when giving hand signals. Rear quarter windows are hinged, so they swing outward on friction pivots. Here again, a protruding crank has been eliminated. Your Plymouth windshield will not be obscured by snow or clouded by steam. Through vents in the bottom of the windshield frame, warm air from a connection with the heater can be directed over the glass. For added comfort in cold weather, Plymouth uses complete insulation to seal the body against the winter wind, as well as to keep out dust, gas fumes, and noise. The story of Plymouth engineering to conquer sound is a thrilling account of scientific achievement that would require a motion picture all to itself to tell. First, a body of steel in all one piece, so there can be no body squeaks nor rattles. Plymouth was a pioneer in the use of all steel bodies in the low-price field. This new car has actually been silenced like a radio studio. The result is the quietest ride of any low-priced car. And Plymouth was the first of the low-priced cars to have hydraulic brakes. Every Plymouth ever built has had them, which means every Plymouth comes to a quick, smooth stop. You go sailing along in a Plymouth completely at ease and confident of the security of hydraulic brakes. It's a safe stop without skid or side sway because Plymouth's double-acting hydraulic brakes assure an equal pressure on all 4 wheels. Self-energizing hydraulic brakes used by other manufacturers do not provide that soft, smooth stop, for through their very principle of wrapping action, they have uncontrolled pressure that results in jerky stopping. The development and use of the equal pressure principle for years by Plymouth engineers has perfected the brakes so the brake shoes take hold evenly on all surfaces of the drum. Plymouth leads the field in steel body and hydraulic brakes, and the superiority of its engine is just as outstanding. Super high compression means economy, means Plymouth owners enthusiastically report as high as 24 miles to the gallon of gasoline. Floating power engine mountings with Plymouth calibrated ignition make possible this high compression economy with smoothness. Patented floating power suspends the engine in perfect balance, and by permitting it to rock on its natural axis, it dissipates vibration and provides the smoothest engine in the industry. The rigid Plymouth crankshaft rests on 4 main bearings instead of 3 usually found in low-priced cars. 4 bearings mean longer life and economical servicing. The Plymouth camshaft has a special quiet cam design and rests on 4 large bearings, all pressure lubricated. And it's chain driven, which adds to manufacturing cost and at the same time adds to owner satisfaction. Not only camshaft bearings, but also connecting rod bearings and main bearings in the mighty Plymouth engine receive oil under 35 pounds pressure. That makes for economical operation and long life. And even today, not all low-priced cars have full pressure lubrication. All air that goes into the engine passes through a filter that removes dust and other particles that might damage cylinder walls and bearings. Not all low-priced cars have an oil filter, but Plymouth has one to keep engine oil clean and make it last longer. Rings of a special hard heat-resisting metal are inserted in the cylinder block to form seats for the exhaust valves and thus postponing the necessity for valve grinding many thousands of miles. Here's more economy. Plymouth pistons are of aluminum alloy for finer acceleration and lighter bearing loads. 4 rings on each piston make possible perfect compression and oil conservation. Plymouth cools the cylinder bores for their whole length, lowering the temperature of the crankcase oil as much as 50 degrees. Full-length water jackets mean important savings in oil. But don't imagine that Plymouth's amazing economy has been obtained at any sacrifice in performance, and certainly none in luxury. In the low-price field, there simply isn't another ride like Plymouth's. No other low-priced car has achieved balanced weight and balanced springing that contributes so much to the even, smooth ride with front-end bounce eliminated. This 1937 Plymouth has thin leaf springs at the front just as flexible as those at the rear. Made of a Mola steel, a special alloy, they contribute to the new ride sensation, Plymouth's famous floating ride. To realize what these big aero-hydraulic shock absorbers give you in comfort, you must ride in the car. You must go sailing along in the Plymouth to get the feel of it. Plymouth places one of these low-pressure, direct-acting shock absorbers on each wheel, both front and rear. There are 4 of these husky fellows at work, saving the springs, smoothing out the road, smothering the shocks of a rough road so it seems a boulevard. Now look at it in slow motion. See those wheels dance? But the car and the people in it are cushioned against road shocks. The Plymouth irons out a detour. Notice that the car takes the bumps, but the passengers never know anything about it. Here's another exciting contribution to your comfort. On the rigid X double drop frame are Plymouth's sensational rubber-poised body mountings. Floating power engine mountings keep engine vibration from reaching the body. Now, these spool-shaped rubber body mountings float the body free of the frame. Thus, the body is completely insulated against road shocks and noises. Now, both the engine and the body are floated on live rubber. No more is there any possible metal-to-metal contact between frame and body. Here's more comfort, more luxury, more reasons why it's fun to go sailing along in a Plymouth. A steering shock eliminator absorbs road shock that might otherwise be felt in the steering gear. Silent U-shackles are placed on both front and rear springs for silent shackle action, thus greatly improving the steering action. Plymouth always rides on an even keel because this sway eliminator is connected directly to the front axle, where a change in the car's forward motion first affects its stability. Travel the roughest road, and you'll find that Plymouth's steering gear is virtually unaffected by any up and down travel of the axle. Wheel fight is eliminated, for the wheels keep straight ahead whether you drive in gravel, heavy dust, or snow. Altogether, Plymouth's shockless steering means new steering ease, where the going is rough and particularly in city parking. The 1937 Plymouth is the most beautiful car. The 1937 Plymouth is the biggest car. The 1937 Plymouth is the most luxurious car in all Plymouth history. The 1937 Plymouth, with its new all-steel body and with its double-acting hydraulic brakes, is the safest car in all Plymouth history. The 1937 Plymouth is America's most economical, full-powered car. The 1937 Plymouth has the famous floating ride, and no other low-priced car has it. The 1937 Plymouth is the biggest value in all Plymouth history. Get behind the wheel of that automobile. Go sailing along in the new Plymouth. Discover for yourself why the motorists of America agree that Plymouth builds great cars.
This is the outfit. a rolling caravan that tours the highways and byways of America, bringing a thrill-packed show to hundreds of thousands of spectators all over the country throughout the year. Day after day, night after night, the equipment is unloaded for the grueling series of breathtaking routines that a talented troupe of daring drivers perform with the same fleet of regular production model cars. Yes, this is the outfit, and this is the slogan they swear and live by. I drove all three. Comparison proves it's Chevrolet for me. And here's a man who should know.
I'm Joey Chitwood. I'm the boss of this outfit, so be my guest. Join the crowd that's come to take in the exciting thrill-a-minute show that my boys and I put on. Popcorn, peanuts, and red hots for the customer, and a real hot car for the drivers. Chevrolet's the only one we use, not a souped-up reinforced model, but the same Chevrolet you'll find on any showroom floor. The hundreds of thousands of people who catch our show in a season see with their own eyes that the cars they can buy are the same ones we drive. And I'm giving it to you straight. My boys and I give hundreds of performances, day and night, with this same fleet of Chevrolets. And when you see the pounding we give them in these highlights from various shows, you'll get an idea of why the car we use has to be able to take it. And now, here's our announcer getting the show underway.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in behalf of Joey Chitwood and his world champion Auto Thrill Show. And now moving along with the individual introduction of each of the Daredevil stars driving brand new 1956 Chevrolet cars.
That's how we take our bows. Just the drivers, mind you, not the Chevrolets. We can spin on a dime and give you a nickel change. Believe me, it takes more than hard braking and an expert at the wheel to do that. It takes a combination of balanced weight distribution, plus the way Chevrolet's front-end suspension is built into the chassis. There's the combination that makes for sure-footed, anti-dive braking control. Safer, easier all-around handling with a car that'll stop heads up. Yes, safer by a long shot, even in a full reverse spin, which we wouldn't wish on anybody driving on highways. But if it happens in an extreme emergency, Chevrolet's combination of outrigger rear springs and body balance are protection against a rollover. I don't expect you'll ever run into any road hazards like these, but here's another example of Chevrolet's ability to meet and beat an emergency. It's like balancing an egg on a toothpick. It takes more than driver juggling to do it. Balanced frame construction is what lets us ride this two-wheel tightrope. Oops. Think we'll make it? Well, take a look at the rugged steel backbone in that chassis. A rigid box girder frame with no excess weight, and with the road holding low center of gravity, makes it a cinch for us to come off these runs right side up. Just in case you're wondering what would happen if my boy didn't make it, I've rigged this little stunt. Up and over. And these especially braced old jalopies we use in our shows really take a pounding. But it wouldn't prove a thing unless we put one of our regular cars in our fleet through this exact same routine. And this will really give you an idea of how rugged Chevrolet is, because we run them brand new in this rollover demonstration, and this 1956 Chevrolet has no special reinforcement whatsoever. Here we go. Hold it. This is too good to miss. So let's start at the beginning again and run it real slow so you can see for yourself the full wallop this car takes on the rollover. As tough as any proving ground test a car can be put through. Durability? Brother, that solid, sturdy, double-wall steel construction really gives durability to Chevrolet. Because here we are, heads up and running. A car that can do that means the world to you in your everyday driving. And talking about everyday driving, I'm sure you won't get tied up in many situations like this. But to be freewheeling in tight spots where every inch counts is something we just don't take for granted. We've got to be sure of split-second response with every turn of the steering wheel. And no matter how or where you drive, when threading through traffic, cornering, taking the wide turns or the sharp turns on the highways, steering control is the key to easy, fatigue-free handling. You'll want that split-second response, and you'll get it from the same place we get it, from Chevrolet's Ball Race steering gear. It cuts friction and drag down to practically nothing. Besides, these outrigger rear springs mounted outside the frame members reduce sway and body roll on the sharpest of turns, producing sure fire control every foot of the way. Routines like this could be a tough, nerve-wracking grind, but behind the wheel of a Chevrolet, they're just the smooth, easy-handling pleasure that's tops in our book, and can be the same for any driver who chooses Chevrolet. Now, no matter how good roads are these days, your car still takes plenty of bumps and jolts. But they're nothing compared to this ramp jump I'm going to show you for demonstration purposes. No sway, no swerve. Perfect balance and a perfect landing. It's a jarring test of the springs, chassis, and frame, and the pounding we give these same cars day after day proves beyond all doubt that they're built to take it under the roughest driving conditions. Of course, no one drives on such roads all the time, but the times that you do, it's good to know that the Chevrolet you drive can take this kind of punishment. I'm sure you won't be doing this kind of high flying, and no man would, even in this business, if he wasn't absolutely sold on the car he used. It takes power, the solid, dependable V8 power you've got at the tip of your toe when you press down on a Chevrolet accelerator. In case you missed some of that, we'll try it again. This is something we can do only on film, but it'll show you how steady Chevrolet is, even flying high like this. And in this demonstration, you'll see 1956 Chevrolet durability put to the acid test. A car has to have everything to do this and survive, especially durability. And considering that this same car was used for the rollover stunt, it's really rugged. Here's another chance to see what I mean. With Chevrolet, I know I can drive away under my own power every time. And I've got to know if I'm going to put on another show tomorrow. You can take my word, we live to drive, and drive to live. And Chevrolet is the car we trust our lives to. Day in, day out, night after night, we show off our driving skills with this package of driving thrills. But more than that, we prove every day that the extra margin of safety every family wants in a family car is built into a Chevrolet.
Yes, this is the outfit, and here is the slogan they swear and live by. I drove all three. Comparison proves it's Chevrolet for me. It's a cinch this fellow knows, and you'll know too, once you get behind the wheel of a Chevrolet.
It appears that everybody's ready. And into the spacious luggage compartment with the bags. Careful, that's Grandma's present. Get in, Rex, you're going too. And their 1940 Chevrolet will get them to their destination easily, safely, and with the utmost economy. Solid comfort. And that also describes Chevrolet for 1940. With its bigger and roomier body by Fisher and perfected knee-action riding system, the Ride Royal, one of Chevrolet's 175 important modern features. Reasons why Chevrolet's first again.